How often do you let other people's nonsense change your mood? Do you let a bad driver, a rude waiter, a curt boss, or an insensitive employee ruin your day? Unless you're the Terminator, you're probably set back on your heels. However, the mark of your success is how quickly you can refocus on what's important in your life. I learned this lesson here in New York City 16 years ago, and I learned it in the back of a New York City taxi cab. Here's what happened. I hopped in a taxi and we took off for Grand Central Station. We were driving in the right-hand lane when all of a sudden a black car jumped out of a parking space right in front of us. My taxi driver had to slam on his brakes, the car skidded, the tires squealed, and at the very last moment, our car stopped just 1 inch from the other cars back in. I couldn't believe it. But then I couldn't believe what happened next. The driver of the other car, the guy who almost caused a major accident, whipped his head around and started yelling bad words at us. How do I know? Ask any New Yorker. Some words in New York come with a special face. And then he threw in a one-finger salute for emphasis. I couldn't believe it. But then here's what really blew me away. My taxi driver just smiled and waved at the guy. I mean, he was friendly. So I yelled out, "Why'd you just do that? This guy could have killed us." This is when my taxi driver told me what I call the law of the garbage truck. He said, many people are like garbage trucks. They run around full of garbage, full of frustration, full of anger, full of disappointment. And as their garbage piles up, they do what garbage trucks do. They look for a place to dump it. And if you let them, they'll dump it on you. So when someone wants to dump on you, don't take it personally. Just smile, wave, wish them well, and move on. Just move on. So I started thinking, how often do I let garbage trucks run right over me and dump their garbage? And how often do I take their garbage and spread it to other people? On the street, at work, at home? It was then that I decided I don't want their garbage and I'm not going to spread it anymore. So I started to see garbage trucks. Like in the movie The Sixth Sense, the little boy said, "I see dead people." Well, now I see garbage trucks. I see the load they're carrying. I see them coming to dump it. And like my taxi driver, I don't make it a personal thing. I just smile, I wave, I wish them well, and I move on. One of my favorite football players of all time, Walter Payton, did this every day on the football field. He would jump up as quickly as he hit the ground after being tackled. Payton never dwelled on a hit. He was ready to make the next play his best. Over the years, the best players from around the world in every sport have played this way. And the best leaders from around the world have lived their lives this way. See, Roy Baumeister, a psychology researcher from Florida State University, found in his extensive research that you remember the bad things more often than the good things in your life. You store the bad memories more easily and you recall them more frequently. So the odds are against you when a garbage truck comes your way. But when you follow the law of the garbage truck, you take back control of your life. You make room for the good by letting the bad pass you by. The best leaders know that they have to be ready for their next meeting. The best salespeople know that they have to be ready for their next client. And the best parents know they have to be ready to welcome their children home from school with hugs and kisses, no matter how many garbage trucks they might have faced that day. All of us know that we have to be fully present and at our best for the people we care about. The bottom line is that successful people do not let garbage trucks take over their lives. What about you? What would happen in your life, starting today, if you let more garbage trucks pass you by? Here's my bet. You'll be happier.